Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy. This is your weekly energy reading. So we basically are taking a peek at the energetic weather of what to expect this week so that you can make preparations for your week, so that you know what you're feeling, what's happening for you, but also how you can make the most out of this weekly energy. This week is interesting in that we start out in this Mercury retrograde energy. We start out here in this full moon energy, but we're also going to see some important things moving forward. I usually do my weekly videos on Tuesdays. Today is Wednesday the 27th. I apologize for being a day late, but I wasn't in the office yesterday. So I've taken a little bit of extra time with my kiddos and just enjoying all of that. So thank you for your patience, but here we are checking in with the energy. How's everybody doing, feeling as we're wrapping up this Mercury retrograde? How has this been for you? This is a time period where we tend to be reflecting back, where we're working through many layers of healing that we need to do. We are understanding things that we need to understanding where there's still room left for healing. It tends to be kind of uncomfortable, right? Because tends to bring our stuff to the surface for us to work on it. There's a lot of triggers. There's a lot of work that we're doing during this time period. I have felt like this Mercury retrograde is exactly what I said it would feel like, though. And there's been a lot of nostalgia with that. And I use that word in a way that it has also felt really positive, right? A looking back with joy, with gratitude, with enjoying these connections from the past or enjoying these memories from the past. So I do think that we've had that in the mix as well. And I think that that's been really helpful as we're navigating this energy. But I'm curious, have you guys been noticing that for you? Have you had these positive memories from the past coming up? Mercury retrograde tends to be this period of time where we do all of those things that start with reflecting, revisiting, re-examining, reimagining. And I emphasize that word reimagine because this to me has felt like it really captures the energy of this Mercury retrograde. Not that there hasn't been challenges, but I think that it has led us to the place where we are starting to reimagine where it is that we want to go, where it is that is the direction that we want to head in next. And I feel like here in this week, that's starting to become more clear based on the experiences that we've had. I think that there's some surprises. Have you guys found that you're surprised by some of the things that are coming through? Now, Mercury retrograde is going to be wrapping up. It goes direct on January 1st. So I think that we're going to find that that energy starts to move forward a little bit more quickly. The energy starts to pick up. Last year at this time, we were still in Mercury retrograde. I believe it was like into the first 2 weeks of the year. So it did not feel like a new year at the end of last year with all of the stuff that we had going on with the energy. I think that it's going to feel like a new year. I think that it's going to feel fresh and we're going to feel like we're ready to truly take advantage of this beautiful Capricorn energy that we're now in. And that is like, I always say it's get your shit together energy, right? It's going to help us. Now, I always find that right now here in this energy, that I'm a little slow moving. And I think some of that is like, for me anyway, in between these holidays, that time is always a little funny, but this Mercury retrograde is definitely contributing to that. We also are just on the other side of a full moon in Cancer. Cancer energy can be very emotional. Full moons can slow us down a bit, can be another time period where we tend to reflect a bit more, or things are coming to the surface that we need to know, that we need to understand, but that can be kind of challenging. So you may have found that there's a lot of things being shaken up in your world right now. As we move further away, as we move further into the week, as we start to get into the first and beyond that, again, I think that we're going to start to get a little bit of our mojo back, right? We're going to start to feel like ourselves a bit more, except for I really feel like with this energy, it's going to be this looking back with gratitude as to this journey that we've been on the past year, understanding how much we've grown. And I feel like a lot of the ways that we've grown are in that category of being more unmeasurable, right? It's maybe not that we haven't achieved goals or accomplish things in a way that's concrete or measurable, but I think that in a lot of ways, the things that we're reflecting on, the things that we're noticing are those things that are hard to put into words, but we know that we have progressed. We know that we have moved forward in a lot of ways. So as we are doing all of this, I think that we're going to find pretty quickly into the new year, in this week, but as we continue to move forward, that there are some things that are just starting to come together. When I connected with this energy for this week, I heard the timing is perfect. So what that says to me is that there is divine timing that's happening and developing for maybe some things that we've been waiting on for a long time. Maybe some things that we have felt coming in, but haven't quite felt prepared for that. And I do feel like this work that we've been doing in Mercury retrograde and in the months leading up to this have been preparing us for something, preparing us to be ready for the timing. Because sometimes we think that we're waiting on something, but really the universe is waiting on us because we're not ready. Whether we're not ready because when it actually happens, we can't handle it, if we haven't prepared ourselves, or we haven't actually done the preparation that will allow us to handle whatever this is that's coming in, even if it's something that we really want. And so there's been a lot of work, there's been a lot of development that's been happening for quite some time now. And I do feel like even as early as we're moving toward the beginning of next week, Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Saturday, Sunday, some things developing, some things happening. So if there's a question about something, if you're thinking about moving forward with something and it just lights your soul up, or it feels good, or it feels exciting, but you feel a little bit nervous, know that the timing is perfect and that is a message for you, that you're getting the green light to move forward with something. So I think that we're going to get that green light just in terms of that intuitive prompting or this pull to move forward with some things. But I also think that will be coming in from outside of ourselves, where invitations will be coming in. Things from outside of ourselves will be coming in. And we're going to feel that call. We're going to feel that pull to accept. This is your message to accept if that feels right. If it doesn't feel right, of course don't accept, right? Always listen to your soul. But if we've been using this Mercury retrograde in the right way, we've been listening to our soul. We've been reflecting. We've been retreating. We've been healing. And it has all been this preparation for some type of timing that we've been waiting on. Maybe we didn't even know we've been waiting on this timing. But something is moving forward and it's like, yeah, that feels right. Yeah, this is the direction that I need to go in. And by the way, it feels very adventurous to me. So when I say adventurous, I mean in some ways like maybe it's a surprise, or there are some surprises with it, or it's happening in a way that's different than we expected, but yet it feels exciting, or at least if we choose to lean into it in this way, it feels exciting. Hi, Vince. Nice to see you on here. So leaning into the adventure, letting it be an adventure. When I was connecting with this energy, I was also getting that vision of, what's that game? Tetris, right? Do you guys know Tetris? And so it feels as though in some ways the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, but it also feels as though it's a bit like Tetris, where we have to figure out, all this is coming at me right now. Where do I put things? Where does this need to go? And so I think that there's going to need to be this tuning in and asking, what's best for me? What's best for my highest and best good? What do I intuitively feel pulled to? And as quickly as possible, getting the pieces to go where they need to go, right? Because in Tetris, if we don't get the pieces where they need to go, then it builds up and we fail the level, right? And I think that there's a real opportunity if we can let this be an adventure and flow with all of the beautiful things that are flowing into our experience, that we can be really successful with this. And we're going to watch things coming together, accepting invitations as they come in, leaning into opportunities as they come in, going with the flow. If you let yourself get stuck with, well, I thought it was going to happen this way and it's not happening this way. If you get stuck with that, all of your pieces are going to fill up in your Tetris screen and we're going to be waiting on more timing, right? But if you say, oh, that's not the piece that I expected to fall next, but you know what? Let me just put this here. Let me just bring this into my life, bring this into my experience and be open. Being open is so important with these positive and powerful shifts that are coming in. If you guys want to, by the way, take a look at the month overall, I'm going to have my January monthly reading up on my membership, in my Clarity by Christy membership. It's only $9.99 a month. Check that out at claritybychristy.com. I'll put the link below. But I do a bird's eye view of what to expect for the whole month, and I've already filmed that. It's a really exciting month, and if you like to get a sense of what that looks like in advance, you're going to want to check that out. I'll have that up on the membership in the next couple of days, and I love doing those. Also, if you're struggling with this energy, with this full moon energy right now, you're feeling emotional, you're feeling unclear, here in this Mercury retrograde, I have an energy session up in the membership for you right now that is going to give you a full angelic energy session to help bring some things into balance. So check all of that out. I'll make sure that I put that below. I think that we're going to find too in this week that there's going to be a lot of moments of inspiration. Listen to the inspiration. That is like a Tetris piece falling down, right? It is, okay, I have this inspiration. Now, where do I put this? What do I do with this, right? That's going to be really key and really important. Letting yourself also, I also feel like in terms of what's coming our way, I'll be really surprised if we don't pull the Eight of Wands in the tarot cards, because it's very Eight of Wands energy. But in terms of the things that are coming our way, I think also insights, awareness, understanding, clarity is going to be coming in, where we're recognizing how things have shifted, why things happened the way that they needed to happen. So this is an important week, an important energy for us to utilize. And I think the important key here is to be open and to trust, if it feels right, that the timing is perfect, and to lean in, because I do feel like there's a little bit of that feeling hesitant, right? Some things we've been waiting a long time for, and so when things start to move forward, it's a little like, but can I trust this? Is this really happening for me? I just saw the Six of Wands when I split the deck. That's victory, right? It's celebration after a long, hard battle or journey. We'll see if that comes up when I am pulling the cards. How are you guys doing in this energy? Are you feeling some of this? Are you experiencing some of this coming through? I always love to hear from you in comments. It also helps to connect your energy to these readings. So anything you can do to connect to these readings, it's going to help it to be more accurate for you when you tune into these. So commenting, liking, sharing. If you're watching this on my YouTube, subscribing. If you're watching this on my Facebook, please subscribe to my YouTube. It helps to support all of the things that I'm doing. We're moving out of a time in our lives. 2024 looks really different. I was doing a lot of yearly readings for people, the email readings, and wow, these cards. Ooh, that took my breath away. A lot of yearly readings, and just the difference in how this year looks for us is really powerful. So now we're going to pull cards and see what else we need to know in order to build on these messages. But again, let me know how you guys are, or connect with this reading in some way. I really appreciate it. And it also, oh, that's interesting. Those came up together. Okay. It also helps to trigger the algorithm so that more people connect with these readings, so these messages get to the people that they need to get to. So I appreciate all of your help. You guys have been absolutely incredible with that. So thank you so much. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's look at these cards. I love it. It's so fun. I used to pull the cards in advance, but I love the way that now I'm pulling them right along with you guys, because it's so fun to see the way that they build on and support the messages that we already connected with. So first card up, 10 of Swords. We've got 2 10s here. We're closing out cycles. So when we're talking about the perfect timing, sometimes the perfect timing is for an ending, or to let something come to a close. And I really feel like specifically here at the beginning of this week, and when I say the beginning, I mean today, Wednesday, the 27th, or tomorrow, Thursday, the 28th. I think I have those dates right. Or, you know, as we progress through the week, letting things close out. I really feel like that full moon specifically was supporting us in letting go, releasing. And so with this 10 of Swords, it's just this trust that what wants to end should be ending, right? That redirection is God's protection, or that things that maybe, to me, this can be an energy too of things that we've been grieving for a long time, or we've been struggling with letting go of for a long time. And I think we want to keep being intentional. I choose to let this go. I choose to release this. I choose to surrender this, because what other option do you have, right? If you hold on to it really tightly, that isn't going to serve you. It isn't going to do anything for you anyway. In fact, it's simply going to block the blessings that are wanting to come through. So letting go, releasing, letting endings be endings, and letting phases of our lives come to a close, because we are leaning into new beginnings. We are starting with new beginnings. I think we're going to see a lot more of those as we get into the new year. The Queen of Swords. We see things clearly. We understand. And the Queen of Swords has this ability to let go, to release, without that emotional attachment, right? So I feel like there's been some form of emotional detachment where truly somewhere along the way we let go of some things that we needed to let come to a close. Or maybe it's just somewhere along the way we have surrendered some things. We've stopped fighting the energy, stopped fighting against the current, and let ourselves move forward. And this Queen of Swords, she sees everything so clearly. She understands why things had to happen the way that they happened. She also knows what she deserves and what she doesn't, and what belongs and what doesn't. And she's getting more and more clear on this. And so if you're not in this energy yet, you may find that as we move further on into the week, that you're connecting with this. Queen of Swords is also willing to let things come to a close, to let endings happen. She's open to listen, she's open to gathering information, but at the end of the day, she knows very clearly what's best for her. So listening to ourselves, listening to our intuition, listening to the information, right? Maybe information has come through this week, this month, this year, that we're now integrating, and it is supporting us in making the best decisions for ourselves, for our families, for our lives. The timing is perfect, right? Like I said, maybe the timing is perfect for doors opening, but also for doors closing. Doors tend to not open when other doors have not closed. So I think that that's really important. Speaking of perfect timing, I expected this to come up, the Temperance card. This is my divine timing card. Definitely aligned, divine timing with some things moving forward. This is also my card of alchemy, which I've been talking about. Alchemy is the word that I have been shown is the word for the year that we are taking. And by the way, this card has showed up, I think, every week for the past few weeks. showing us that we're taking everything that we've been through and turning it into something great. We're turning it into an experience that we now understand the world differently, or we're turning it into our strength. We're turning it into an opportunity. We're taking something and turning it into gold. We're utilizing pain and struggle or difficulty, and we're turning it into something great. And this is the year of alchemy, where we take everything and turn it into something really powerful if we choose it, right? But if we haven't let go, if we're still fighting what wants to be, what wants to happen, what we're being guided to do, then we're not going to get there. It doesn't become alchemy. We have to lean into the magic in order to allow alchemy, because that's what alchemy is, right? Is magic. And so we have to allow magical circumstances to happen for ourselves. And we don't know what is magical for us. God knows what's magical for us. The universe knows what's magical for us, whatever you call that. These two came out together and I didn't even see it at first. 10 of Wands, another 10, clarified by the Ace of Wands. This is a clear message, right? This man, this woman, whoever this is, their plate is full. We only have so much room in our lives for our time. We only have so much time to do the things that we want to do, for our energy, whatever that is. And when we are at max capacity, which is what this energy is suggesting, there isn't any more room. And yet here we have this Ace of Wands wanting to come through. The Ace of Wands is a hell yes. The Ace of Wands is a holy shit, this is so exciting and I can't wait to dive into this. But we have to create space. This is exactly what I was saying. We have to create that space to allow for it. So in order to connect with a hell yes relationship, a hell yes opportunity, a hell yes life, a hell yes adventure that we're about to go on, we've got to take care of business first. We've got to clear out some things. We've got to get rid of some things. You might be clearing out your home. I think that there's a real focus on home, house and home right now. You might be clearing out just thoughts that aren't serving you, but there's some kind of creation of space because it's divine timing and something incredible is wanting to come in. We don't want to miss it. Speaking of opportunities, speaking of amazing things coming in, King of Cups. This can be a beautiful divine connection coming into our experience with a person or, people who are truly ready for a real divine connection. This can be friendships, this can be business connections, this can be just connecting with exactly the right people that we need to help support us with a shared goal. This can also be romantic relationships. It's many things. It depends on where your circumstance is, right? But the vibe that I get from this is that for those of us who have been really working very hard on ourselves, and those of you that watch my videos, you have been, that we're going to see that there are people out there or even circumstances out there that have been developing and happening too, and they're coming in exactly the right timing because the circumstances are right. The work has been done, the foundation has been laid, and now something that connects truly with our heart can come in and be a part of our lives. Again, remember, we have to release, we have to let go, but we're creating this space for something that is stable, is settled, is emotionally mature, is consistent is the word that I want to use. So this is really important, and what our heart has been calling for in some way. And speaking of what our heart has been calling for, the last card, the 10 of Cups. One of the best cards, one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. A happy family, a happy life. Some of you may find that invitations are coming through that support you in your happiness, in your growth, in the path that you want to go on. You may be getting invitations that you feel scared to accept, but you want to accept. You may be leaning into things that feel good. You might feel scared, right? When truly good things are happening, sometimes that feels scary because we, on some intuitive level, understand how powerful they are. So lean into your joy, lean into your happiness, lean into the adventure that is life, lean into the timing. Be open to letting it all unfold the way that it's supposed to. I think that this is a really powerful week that's leading into a really powerful month, and I am here for all of it. I think that it's going to be really incredible. But again, let me know how you guys are doing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much. Again, like, share, subscribe, whatever you feel called to do. I appreciate all of it. And if you're here till the end, thank you for sticking around all the way till the end. You guys are rock stars, and I appreciate it all so much. Thank you guys. See you soon.